The Breakers are 1-0. The Saints have 2 first-round picks. April is suddenly looking like as good as one of those fancy tiki drinks Dave's drinks during the podcast. Thomas, hit that intro.
Yo, what up? It's Deontay Harris with the New Orleans Saints. Y'all Saints Happy Hour podcast? Yeah. No bueno, not good. Y'all Saints takes. It's just awful. And I think it's because the drinks that y'all be drinking be having y'all a little woozy and y'all be forgetting like what team y'all talking about or something. I don't know what it is, but we gotta figure something out because it's bad. Let's regroup, reassess, and just be better, you know? All love.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. The Deontay Hardy open. It gets me every time. I like it. We need to reassess. We are live on Twitch. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch and remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. Also, become an annual patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour to get the best Saints podcast every day, and you get 2 months for free. Hey, did you know you can support the show for free every month if you use Amazon Prime? And who doesn't have Amazon Prime? Jeff Bezos is worth like $1 trillion. All you have to do is go to twitch.tv/Saints Happy Hour, click the subscribe button below the stream, and choose the option subscribe with Prime. It's really that easy. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes. Go ahead, do it. Even if you're listening to the audio-only version, by the way, you can do it every month. It's not just a one-time thing. It's a great way to support the show. Everybody, what are we drinking? Andrew, you're drinking some kind of fancy family wine.
Yeah. So listen, I was worried about this show tonight because I understand Kevin is running our mock draft, and I was worried about how I might react to that.
It rain.
Thanks to Jay Ford, tier 1 sub. Jay Ford,
yeah,
you're the best.
Five subs, man. 5 gifted subs.
5.
That's
awesome.
right.
So
I still can't do it
The
myself.
legend.
I got a little red wine to mellow me out, to chill me out, just to prepare for Kevin's what he's gonna do to me tonight. And so I've got a little bottle. By the way, I've got the Saints stopgap right here, the little fleur de lis. But this is called Chateau Lalande, and this is actually my middle name, Lalande, Lalande. So
Wow.
it's like it's a
Classy.
family name, and so it's like my ancestors' wine. So there you go.
Kevin, what are you drinking?
Bougie AF.
I am drinking again my Redwood Empire Emerald Giant Rye whiskey.
Herb Saint.
Dave, what kind of tiki drink are you drinking tonight?
I'm in honor of you, the Astros fan, on opening night. I am drinking Juiston,
Ooh.
not Houston, Juiston, double IPA from Spindletap Brewery. Spindletap Brewery has been started to get distributed down here in New Orleans a few months ago, and so far, like everything I have had from them is amazing. They are a great brewery. Big fan
I'm
of their
drinking
work.
Shiner, sea salt and lime.
Oh my god.
So,
and then there's another Houston brewery.
So, I mean,
Is Ralph drinking like a Tostitos bag?
Yes, right.
That's
Sea
right.
salt and lime.
It's garnished. He's garnished it with one of those Tostito chips, one of the scoops. He uses the scoops actually to drink the beer out of. He dips it in the
Shiner,
beer.
sea
He
salt and
drinks it.
lime, and
scoops the liquid
Reese's
in.
Easter
Yeah.
eggs. Quite the dinner we're having tonight.
But Andrew is bougie AF because he's
He
got
is
a wine named from his family estate with his middle name that he drinks at the Palace of Versailles on his honeymoon after getting married at the St. Louis Cathedral.
Juge's Easter photo with his family, it was precious and adorable, but it really was peak Juge with the blazer out taking the family dinner. It was like peak Juge. It couldn't have, like, the only thing that would have made it more Juge is if it had French subtitles for the picture.
Yeah. By the way, can we talk about how I'm sitting in Catholic church and you guys are making fun of me for celebrating Passover?
We can. We can't we're all going to get canceled for our inappropriate text chains that we have.
I don't know why, but a lot of people think that I'm Jewish, and I always
It cannot be more people than me. It cannot be more people
clearly.
than the guy named Dave from Long Island who went to Tulane.
Are you sad about
who
my
used to have curly hair?
Right. But I always make the joke. Well, I'm not Jewish, but half of my last name is.
Oh God, Jesus! Oh my
Oh, I like
I
it.
feel
A crime has been committed here.
I feel
Jesus!
like-
Oh my God, that was terrible.
I feel like a guillotine.
the worst
just
joke I've
came
ever heard.
down on
That
my
is
head.
Never has
and
that
it's
soundbite ever been more
tumbling.
appropriate.
That's probably the clip of the week, isn't it?
That's as bad a joke as no one can juge me is a tattoo. Jesus.
Yeah, it's on that level. Yeah,
It's on
I
a-
agree.
That is a great comparison.
So
all right, are we talking football or what?
the Saints, they have no news. That's why we're talking about Andrew's name and his
Yep.
sport coat and him being bougie and what wine he's
Je-
drinking. Because the
Jesuit
Saints
or
have no news.
Angola.
They have no news. They signed the Saints news of the last week. They signed Dwayne Washington. That's the news. That's what they did.
The running
So-
back?
I like
So-
it. I like Washington. Good special teamer. Good kickoff coverage guy. Good blocker.
Could they sign
kickoff?
Jarvis Landry? Could they sign Honey Badger? Do something?
No, they're drafting
Something
all
else.
these guys.
Let me ask you this real quick though, like with the Dwayne Washington signing. Why now? Like I've always found that fascinating. Where like you're a week before the draft. Wait, is the draft Thursday? No, it's a week from
No,
Thursday,
it's a
right?
week from
Next
Thursday.
Week from Thursday. And like, I don't know, 10 days before the draft, they're just like, yeah, Dwayne, like, we'll take you back now. Like, why not sign him to a futures deal or like a deal at the beginning of free agency? Let the guy know you like want him back. The timing to me it's fascinating.
I don't know.
Like, why now? Why not wait until after the draft and make sure you don't get a guy that you want on your special teams?
I don't know. Maybe
Like, it's
maybe
just
he had
really
like an
strange to
offer
me.
from somebody and they had to move. Somebody
Oh, yeah,
wanted
maybe.
Dwayne Washington to cover kicks.
This
Maybe.
is why you're not general manager of an NFL team. You're just some guy on a podcast.
No, I'm
So-
happy he's back. It's just it's puzzling
And
time.
Astros should.
You don't think that's a little puzzling? Dave?
I have have no idea.
Probably means they're not taking a wide receiver until, or I mean, it probably means they're not taking a running back until 6 or 7,
easy,
if at all.
Easy, Kevin. easy.
Speaking of things we
First
don't
5
like.
picks are going to be wide receivers.
You better not let this Washington re-signing influence your non-drafting of running backs.
Here's the thing.
We're gonna have beef a little bit later if you don't.
Kevin is going to run the mock draft, and his mock draft, it's delightful because it's going to infuriate Juge on about 4 different levels. 2
Wait,
picks
you already
in,
know his picks?
3 picks. I've seen them.
What is that?
some-
Like
So
there should be mystery. Your reaction to the
He's the
pick should be
host.
authentic.
I
This
got
is- this is-
got a plan,
I
and
protest
I
this.
want maximum Juge anger.
This is already under protest. It's not
So-
fair that Ralph knows the picks and I don't.
You could have known the picks if you'd have done the rundown.
Why
But
would
then
I
Thomas
want to do
is
that?
like, I don't want them to
I
see
would
it, and he
want to
pulled
give
it.
you my authentic reaction.
Yeah, Ralph messed it up, man.
I would think you would want to give Kevin the same gift.
See, Ralph, that's the thing is you should have just played along and acted like you
Well-
didn't know, acted like it was just me
That's
and
right.
Tomas this
Wow,
entire
That's right.
time.
That would be good podcasting.
You gave it away, man.
The fourth wall has been broken.
The fourth wall. The thing is, though, I probably can't remember the pick because Kevin traded down 8 times.
Yeah, I had
It's
to
hard to
I
keep
hope
all
that-
track
create
of it.
additional graphics, man.
I hope
Yeah.
that's an exaggeration.
Well,
It's
if you
not.
keep
We're gonna
drinking
be here
that
till
sea salt
7.
lime
Only
Tostitos,
Dave, we're gonna be
7
here.
games.
you'll
Dave,
forget a lot
get
of things.
comfortable. We're gonna be here till about 1-ish. So,
If Smoke Monday isn't on that freaking
We're
draft
already
list,
late.
you
but
are-
before we get to the draft, we're 9 days away. I wanted to discuss the player that you would hate the Saints to draft.
God, I hate to hear
I'm-
that. I hate to hear that.
I'm going to start. Thomas, put mine on the screen. And I actually have had the Saints picking this guy the week, but we had them pick him the Saints the week before. And it's Jamison Williams. Here's the thing, Dave. The reason why I don't want the Saints to take him. One, Jameis Winston doesn't need a rehab buddy for his knee. And second of all, I don't want to be in July and have breaking news one day on Jameis Winston having a setback, and then the next day, Jamison Williams having a setback. That's too many injured knees for important positions. I don't care how good these highlights look. I don't want the Saints picking him at 16. I don't want him picking at 19. I don't want him picking him. Kevin, if the Saints trade down into the 20s, I don't want them picking the dude.
I gotta say, these highlights were great when both knees were working.
Yeah. No, Ralph, I think you got this backwards. I think you got it opposites. You know, you saying you don't want Jameis Winston to have a workout, a rehab buddy, but like, think about how much Saints Twitter would love it if in the off season the two of them are rehabbing their knees together. Oh, the chemistry. Oh, wait till the season starts. They're already going to be 5 steps ahead of everybody else. Jameson and Jameis, and also the name thing. Oh,
remember how much Jameis worked with Traquan Smith in the offseason? How'd that work out?
Not good.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm just kidding about this. No, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Ralph. You've definitely soured me on Jameson Williams, and I'm really surprised. The guy named Jameson, I would think
I mean, the
a
t-shirt
booze loving guy like you.
But
yeah, a whiskey drinking guy. You'd love this.
Last year, all the injuries have me scared. I just they have so many good receivers. Just pick one without an injured knee. That's all I'm saying.
But like, how many people that are gonna get drafted in the first round have no injury history? I mean, like, isn't that like just every
dude?
Point,
I get where you're going with this, but like, he tore his ACL, and
I understand that,
in like
but
the
more importantly,
final
it's right
game
now,
of the season.
Yeah, right, exactly. What's
January 10th?
Right. What's important is that
he tore his knee this year.
Right. No, I mean that's the new.
He tore his knee this year, and we're in April.
Right. The recency. This is the first time where Ralph's recency bias may actually have some. Yeah, might actually have some merit.
Right.
So,
for the first time in his life. Congratulations, Ralph.
Here's the thing. My pick is kind of obvious. Kevin, here's the thing that's weird with you, Kevin, this offseason. You have become a mock draft aficionado, and you know all these player names that you usually have no idea who they are.
Mind blowing.
And your player,
he knows them better than I do.
He does. Kevin, your player name, I was like, who? What? Tell the people who you do not want the Saints to draft and why.
Okay, so I picked Lewis, and I might be mispronouncing his name, Lewis Cine from Georgia. He's a safety. And I say that only because I don't want them to take any players in the secondary in the first round or even the second round. No safeties, no corners, none of that in the first 2 rounds. 3rd and down, fine, especially if you've traded down too, because then you've got more picks and, more rounds in the gun to fire. But and it's not like, and again, not like I have anything
with Marcus May
against
and
I don't have anything personal against this guy. Just I don't want the Saints to get him in the first 2 rounds. That's it.
You're fine.
I
with Marcus
think
May
the Jim
and
Mora that is
stupid
safety and idiotic wake up would be perfect right now. Just saying.
Plenty of time for that, Juge.
Dave, how do you feel? Would you be angry if the Saints picked a safety early in the draft?
I mean, like, is this guy? I haven't seen his name. I mean, like, is he?
He's a beast,
and he's good enough that he could go in the middle of the first round. Like that wouldn't be totally out of the ordinary.
I think 16 feels a little high. 19, yeah. I wouldn't hate it.
I don't know. I won't say that safety isn't a need, but it's not even the top.
Oh, I disagree.
Two need.
I mean, look, if Tyrann Mathieu signs, that changes the game. But like right now, as things stand, you lost Marcus Williams.
Right.
Malcolm Jenkins retired. Those are your 2 starters.
Yes.
So unless you're moving Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to safety, you've got Marcus May, and that's it. Really. I mean, PJ came back, so PJ.
And by the way, Marcus May he's coming off Achilles, and he's going to get pinched for a DUI.
Yeah, we've talked about that a million times. So there's like there's 2 negatives already with May, who's making a ton of money, by the way. And he's coming in, and is he going to rehab his injury to where he's even ready in time? And if the answer to that is yes, he may still miss games because of the suspension. So, he's definitely going to get suspended.
Kevin,
So do you think that's a top? But do you think I said top? I think wide receiver, tackle are your top two needs. So you could put safety at 3,
safety,
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think safety and quarterback is like the big, like, that's the X factor, because you could list that number 1 because you don't really have one, or you could put it 4 because the other 3 are maybe bigger needs because you like Jameis Winston. But I think safety, depending on how you rank them, it's somewhere between 1 and 4. I think it's in there. It's in the mix.
Kevin, if I told you the Saints they would trade down from 16 or 19, but with the pick they acquire from trading down, they would pick Lewis Cine from Georgia. Would you still be okay with trading down?
No, well, I mean, if he falls down, like, again, this guy is likely not falling out of the first round. So I'm assuming they're going to get a pick late in the first. Yeah, I would be aggravated if they traded down late in the first round and ended up taking him. Yeah.
So Budridge, is it Lewis Kine? Is that how you pronounce that? Kine?
So
let me know if I said that correctly. I think it's Lewis Kine.
You go to hell.
Ask Ralph.
You go to hell.
Yeah, that's correct. It's Lewis Kine. That's how you say it.
Okay, Lewis Kine.
So Dave, we asked everybody. We said, "Hey, send Thomas. Send the pick of the player you don't want the Saints to draft," and you refused to pick a player. Tell the people what you texted us.
Well, I said I'm taking every quarterback, any quarterback that's a possibility. I don't want the Saints to draft them. I'm talking Malik Willis. I'm talking Kenny Pickett. I'm talking Matt Corral, who we're showing highlights of here for. Matt Corral, I don't think should be taken anywhere at 16 or 19 anyway. So, but none of these guys
are there.
Oh yeah, 2 R's should be. Yeah, it's not Matt Corral, it's Matt Corral.
Coral Reefer Band.
Yeah, I mean, just none of these guys are, are hyped up. None of these guys are touted to be franchise guys. I don't think the Saints necessarily have the coaching ability to even coach up a guy if they drafted somebody and they needed a lot of help or more help than somebody like Malik. Like, come on, like, yeah, I don't see anybody on the Saints coaching staff that's going to be able to get the most out of somebody like him. Sean Payton,
I don't know.
Yes, maybe he could have, but he's gone. Dennis Allen, certainly not. Pete Carmichael, maybe. And
I heard Peyton was a big Kenny Pickett fan.
That's fine, but he's not on this team.
A lot of Ole Miss. He's really interesting. Like, if the Saints could get him late first, early second, like, he's interesting.
First of all, it doesn't really matter what Sean Payton thinks because he's not coaching this team. He's technically not, as far as we know, not involved with this team. We don't know if there's back channeling going on, but I get the impression he's having fun with his wife courtside at the Phoenix Suns games.
He looks younger every time I see him. He was at the Suns Pelicans game yesterday. Yeah. He's gotten younger by 5 years since the last time we saw him at Mardi Gras.
But truth be told, look, Sean Payton did great with Drew Brees, and he did great when Drew Brees was injured with somebody like Taysom or Teddy,
or Luke McCown.
Yeah, but he has no history of drafting a young quarterback and molding him and turning him into a great quarterback. There is no history of him doing that. We don't know whether he can do that. I mean, we would think that he could, but so even if he does like Kenny Pickett, I don't know how much that opinion's worth.
Here's the thing. I'll say this about Kenny Pickett. My brother, who is an Ole Miss graduate and watches Ole Miss football, he said Matt Corral, he is the Louis Vuitton version of Ian Book. And my brother thinks they should take him. I don't know what that means. Like, what would be the Louis Vuitton version of Ian Book? Is that good enough to draft? I don't know.
It's just more expensive. I just think I just think the further we've gone through the off season here, I just think, I don't know. I think going with a veteran quarterback, obviously not this year, but next year, I think that's the point of the Saints, and I think that's also the best course of action. I think you go get a veteran quarterback.
So for Andrew's pick of who he hate the Saints to draft, Thomas, reveal that pick to the people.
There you go.
Please don't draft that Russian chick.
Well, we have no audio here.
I guess
We have
not.
no audio.
No audio, no.
No
Oh,
audio.
okay.
Too much
Right.
swearing,
Yeah, it's
Yes,
probably
yes,
for the
yes,
best.
Well, yeah. Did she make some comments about?
No, wait, we
Russia
have
coming?
audio.
Fuck
You
you,
got one.
Andre George.
Didn't she make some comment about Russia coming for some peasant country?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. Actually,
I
that's right.
think I think that lands a little different these days.
That would
That's
be
right.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's
Inappropriate.
right. Age,
Yes.
age like milk.
What's her Raz?
Yeah.
Is her Raz above a 9?
She should call the hotline and tell us.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
Ru-
high
Ru-
on my draft board.
Russia is out. Russia is out.
What? What?
Well, me?
Russia
Not
is
in
out.
the
Yes.
cloud.
Yes, you, Dave.
I've got her high on my draft board.
Yep.
We really like her. We think she could really.
Damn.
She's got a lot of
Contribute.
potential. Yeah, she could really
Contribute,
contribute on day one.
She's a project. She can contribute. On
Dave doesn't care about the of the field
I'm
So-
not.
you know.
The Raz is too low.
So before we get to
Undraftable.
Kevin's mock draft, I want to ask y'all something. I don't know if you people have seen this. The Christian youth dude subjecting people to his guitar playing on the cross country flight. Is that worse than any Saints draft pick
I would-
of the last 5 years?
I would demand a refund for my ticket the second I
Look
got
at
off
this.
that damn
Look at the
plane.
poor man, the bald guy. Like they're gonna go back to him. This dude, I would
would-
break his guitar and I would regret nothing. This is a
What airline?
This is a
What airline?
terrorist
Is this
act.
Southwest? Is this Southwest?
Look at
Like,
the guy.
how
The
could you
bald
allow
guy
this?
looks like he's thinking about jumping out the plane.
I mean, like seriously, how could you allow this?
I think I might be switching to Judaism.
I mean, if Karen can't take off her mask and tell everybody how it's tyrannic BS that she has to wear a mask while she's on the plane, then these people are not allowed to play Jesus music. That's
Is-
No
just
one's
fair.
wearing masks. Wait, where are the masks?
Is
Seriously.
that any
They just
worse?
changed the law today. I think they just changed the
Oh.
rule. I think they're done with it. Maybe that's why they were singing.
Is this
Kevin,
like
is
my
that
freedom?
guy?
that.
Is that guy singing with his guitar on the flight, subjecting those poor people to that? Is that worse than the Saints drafting Stephon Anthony?
Ooh, good question. Wow,
Uh,
that is a good question.
No, I'm going to say the guitar guy's worse.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
If I was like flying to Europe or something and he was on there, you can't have
I don't care.
Can't
Listen,
have
Keep
it.
your Jesus out of my damn airplane. My God.
I
what
don't
the
care
hell?
if I'm flying from St. Louis to Memphis, which is a 6-hour drive. Actually, shit, I don't care. I'll go even shorter. I don't care if I'm flying from St. Louis to Jefferson City, which is a 2-hour drive, which would be what, a 20-minute flight, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't
But-
want to
but-
hear
but
any.
look-
I don't want to hear your music. I don't want to hear the band tune up. I don't want to
Imagine
hear.
some Muslims did the same
I don't
thing
want
on
to-
the plane.
But
Well,
what if-
no,
but
here's
what
the
if-
thing. Exactly.
Oh wow.
Exactly. Pick your religion. If you wouldn't be cool with one of them doing it, none of them can do it.
That's right.
None of them can do it. If you think you're cool with one of them doing with one group doing it, how would you feel if this group did it or that group did it? That's how the rules should be.
Maybe it's the fact that I grew up in France and that like when you were on the metro,
Yeah,
dude comes in with the accordion and rocks his. I don't know, like if your guy's rocking like a song for 2.5 minutes, like it's cool. You do you, bro. Like an entire flight, yeah, I'd be like, okay, enough is enough. You got to stop.
What airline is this? Why aren't they wearing masks?
Yes, but he is standing in the aisle and not handing out the baguettes.
The aisle.
All right. Thomas
Yeah,
is Thomas is messaging me frantically on Discord saying we're overtime, so we got to get to Kevin's.
Of course we are. We're always overtime.
We're always overtime. But
Welcome to
listen,
the podcast, Thomas.
Here's
you
the
don't call the
thing.
shots here, buddy.
Here's the thing: people loved the mock draft last week, so we decided to do it again. But this week, hold on to your asses because Kevin is in charge.
Oh God!
Listen, forget trading
now,
up.
Now you know why I've been trying to delay.
Forget trading up. Andrew, forget Raz. We are about to enter the world of Trey down. So help us God. Kevin, you're in charge of this. What do we got? We got
feel like
16,
I'm about
19, and 49.
I just want to prepare. I want to prepare listeners for what is
Thanks to Nola
guaranteed to
Bass,
be
728.
a
Subscribe.
god awful
3
draft.
months.
It's
Thank
gonna
you,
be
Nola Bass.
painful.
Ralph, Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Ralph, I do hope you did forward the email to Tomas and explain something because that graphic is wrong.
It is?
That graphic says the Saints have a 16th pick.
That's right. Did you do the trades,
Oh
Thomas?
boy. Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
What trade? What do you
What
mean?
trade?
This trade?
Uh-oh. Oh, that.
Oh, that trade, yes!
Oh.
That trade. The Saints traded the 16th pick and the 2022 second and the 2022 third to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for their first in 2022 and their third in 2022.
It's a pretty strong trade there.
So now we go to pick 19
Oh.
No!
in the 2022
I hate this
NFL
draft.
draft.
I'm
This is
okay with
already
it.
This is
I'm
already
okay
under
with it.
protest.
Although I would have liked to have seen who was available when the Saints were on the clock at 16.
No. This was a pre-draft deal.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, here's our best.
That's
best
why
player.
I had to say it was a pre-draft deal.
All right, take Trevor Penning. Take the tackle.
Right.
Don't let me down here, Kevin.
Trevor Penning.
The best players available for those that are listening and can't see.
I don't.
You got Trevor Penning, tackle. You got Bernard Raymond, the tackle. You got Malik Willis, at quarterback, and Traylon Burks, the wide receiver.
I don't know.
Those are your best available.
Who else were you waffling over, Ralph? Traylon Burks? That's the only other
I
thing
don't
could
like
think of.
Trevor Penning. The more I read about him,
Oh,
I don't
God.
like him. I
You
would.
don't like anybody, Ralph. You don't like anybody.
I would go. I would go. The
Have you seen his Raz?
Raymond. He's
Rain Man.
foreign, and that's fun. So
He's
he might
awesome.
have an
German.
accent.
He's a neighbor of Tomas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he's European. He's worldly. I want to go Raymond. I don't want Willis. I don't want Trevor Penning. You know.
Well,
His
you're
English is better
outnumbered.
than
Weigh
mine,
in.
man.
Hopefully, you're outnumbered.
Can you get the
Dave, weigh in.
Drew Brees?
I want Trevor Penning. I'm with Andrew.
Okay. Tomas, would you care to show the pick?
Thanks to
Plot
Butteridge
twist:
for
Kevin
the
traded
100.
that one too.
The pick is in, Kevin, right?
Yes.
pick is in. What do we got?
Let me see.
I hope it's Willis just to piss off.
No,
Gotta
oh
hit
my
the
God,
music.
that would be. I would. We're not even doing the rest of this.
With the
podcast.
19th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New Orleans trade-ups select Bernhard Rainman,
Oh my
offensive
God.
tackle from Central Michigan.
Okay. Well, you know,
What's
he's
his
got the
Raz
Raz.
score?
He also has a good Raz.
All right.
Over 9. We'll take it. He locked that guy up pretty good.
That's
Look,
Kevin
the
making
way-
sensible decisions freaks me out.
The way I looked at it was, if you wind up with one of those two guys, it's gravy for me. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So that's just how I looked at it.
All right.
So
Next.
on to pick 28.
Oh, we're watching some highlights here. Chill
Was
out.
Joel Schmingy from Central Michigan?
Joel
Kevin, I can't wait.
What?
Because Joel Schmingy was a terrible thing.
Joel Schmingy.
I can't believe we had a Joel Schmengi
I
reference.
just
Hold on.
I
I
thought
gotta
of
go.
it.
I gotta go get some Easter candy.
He may or may
gotta-
not have been called Joel Schmegma.
He was from Joel Schmingy was from Western Michigan, so this guy's all right. Raymond's all right.
How about Joel Schmeckel?
Joel Schmegma.
Okay. All right. So what do we got? We got
Right,
we
pick
got
28.
All right.
Your options at this point, or your 4 best options, or at least 4 interesting options, were Lewis Kine, the safety, Malik Willis, the quarterback, still on the board, Sky Moore, the wide receiver, or Kaiir Elam, the cornerback.
Well, I'm taking Kine here, and I know that was your guy that you don't want to select, Kevin. So basically,
Kevin,
I'm going to ask you to. I'm going to ask you to go against your instincts here.
Here's the thing, and this isn't against Kevin. I feel like any mock draft simulator you use, they hate the quarterbacks, and there is no way, Andrew. There's no way on God's green earth that Malik Willis is there at 28, right? That's no way. There's no.
I don't think so. I mean, who knows? I don't think so, but
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
You need to get caught up, Dave?
We don't care about Malik Willis. We don't care whether he's on the board still at 28. Doesn't matter to us.
Okay, well, all right. Well, here are the other 3. Lewis Kine,
Sine.
Sky Moore, or
wait,
Kaiir
Kine.
Elam.
Kind. So.
If you
Should- should-
if
should we
you're
just do the
moving
receiver?
CD
Kine?
to safety,
should we
you
just do
kind of
the
got to pick
receiver?
a corner, right?
No, we just spent the last 10 minutes talking about how awesome Lewis Kine was. Now I feel like we got to take him.
Yeah, agreed. We know Kevin's not going to do it though. That's the guy he doesn't want.
I'd say you take.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Forget it. He's out.
I don't know. They need a receiver though.
They need a receiver.
Yeah,
Go
they're
Sky.
going to go. All right, Sky Moore.
Okay, hit it, Tomas.
His Raz is trash though.
Like trash or like
With the 28th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft,
He took Malik
New
Willis,
Orleans
didn't he?
Saints select Sky Moore, wide receiver from Western Michigan.
What is with? Okay, now Joel Schmengi went to Western Michigan.
That's right, he did. So I hate this
There you go.
pick. I hate this pick.
Schmegma.
I mean,
Sky Moore's Raz is 6.83.
look at these highlights.
So you
though.
know.
Take
So I
your
don't-
ass and stuff it in a sock. Jude.
I don't see that happening then.
He does have a good 40, and he does have ridiculous hand size. So he's got good hands.
Why is his Raz so terrible?
Let's look at that.
What's
I mean-
Lewis Kine's Raz?
I mean,
I can't look at multiple guys here.
I like him. He's got the number 24 makes him look tiny though.
It looks like Sky Moore has terrible height. He's 5'9", 195. He's not even a 200-pound guy. And then his shuttle and his 3-cone were awful. So he doesn't have good agility.
I'm not really liking this pick anymore.
Yeah, not feeling it. You
What's
know?
Lewis
Yeah,
Kine? What's his Raz score? 'Cause if
Big
Lewis Kine-
surprise. Big surprise. Kevin's draft sucks already.
If Lewis Kine has a good Raz score, then I could.
He said that. He wasn't
picked
even
two
joking.
guys
He said that with full sincerity.
You've selected 2 guys that are directional Michigan players.
What's the Michigan State slogan? Is it?
Pure Michigan.
I mean, I
You're
don't know. If you wanted good players, maybe draft them from Michigan or Michigan State.
Now we need
Kevin's
Central. We need.
Oh no.
Now we need.
I get 2 first-round picks. I'm gonna go Central and I'm gonna go Western.
They need.
You know what-
need-
you know what this means?
Me to
Eastern
draft a guy
Michigan
from northern
incoming.
Iowa.
You
This
need
means there's
Eastern.
definitely going to be a Tulane guy in this draft
You
later.
need Eastern Michigan, and you need
Oh,
regular.
no, there's going to be a
Michigan.
Michigan Technical
you're done.
College guy coming up soon.
Tigers!
All right, the 49th pick, which is in the second round. Your options are tackle Abraham Lucas, safety
Let me
Kirby
guess. He
Joseph.
went to Michigan A&M.
No, Abraham Lucas went to Washington State. Kirby Joseph went to Illinois. Brees Hall, who I believe went to
Illinois.
one of these
Or
two
Iowa.
guys went to
Iowa.
Michigan State.
Iowa State.
Brees Hall, the halfback, or Kenneth Walker the third,
Kenneth
also
Walker
a halfback.
went to- Kenneth Walker went to
Give
Michigan.
me a running back. We need a
Man,
running back. Kamara's going to be suspended. Give me a running back.
Kirby Joseph. Give me the safety.
Held the
I want to
offense.
see Raz scores though. You need to
Raz.
have Raz.
We
Whenever
don't
we're
need
doing
a
mock
Raz.
draft-
This isn't
Come
the
on,
Saints
Tomas.
draft. This is
We
Kevin
told you
draft.
last
Raz
week.
is
When you
Raz
do
is
the
irrelevant.
draft,
We're not predicting.
you
We're
can
doing the
look up
Saints
the
draft
Raz
next
scores.
week.
Do I get
know?
to do my mock draft next week? Am I up next
We
week?
can do yours, or we can do the Saints, or we can do both. But like, like Raz is a tool if you want to predict what the Saints are going to do. This is Held's draft, Kevin's. I expect this to just be 9,000 second-round picks.
Why are we doing a draft for what Kevin? That's what the listeners want. They want to know what Kevin wants. The guy who just started studying this stuff.
What the people want
I
is
have run
Andrew's
about
head to
50
explode.
mock drafts, Dave. 50 in the last 5 days.
By the way, you haven't looked at Raz scores.
By the way, if you're not a patron, you should sign up to become a patron so you could join our Discord and get on the Kevin Does Mock Draft channel, where you can see all kinds of mock draft porn, all different kind of trade down scenarios, trade up scenarios.
Oh, by
trade
the way,
everything.
Hold on, hold the phones. Breece Hall as a 996 Raz, highest among running backs in this year's draft.
Okay, well then we'll take
That's
him.
your guy.
Yeah, we'll take. Oh, Ralph's pants just got tighter. Sorry, Mark Ingram.
Breece Hall.
All right, give it to
Feel
him.
the Breece t-shirts. They're already practically made.
Oh man, too bad we don't have Drew anymore.
They call me the Breece.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My dad says Breece Hall.
With the 49th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Abraham Lucas, offensive tackle from Washington State.
You double down at tackle? You took another tackle?
We're building a core. We're giving Jameis the best chance. We're giving Jameis the best chance.
We are building.
It all starts in the trenches.
We're building a foundation of protecting the quarterback. If it's Winston back there, we got to protect him with his gimpy knee.
Abraham Lucas does have a 9.73 Raz.
Can he play guard? Because if he could play guard, then you could move Ruiz out or you could move Pete out. And
9.73 Raz, Dave.
Did you hear that,
I like it.
Ralph? 9.73 Raz for Abraham Lucas.
I mean,
I'm feeling a little better.
Did you just say Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lucas.
Probably.
Here's the thing, though, Andrew.
You said Abraham Lincoln.
He's got the Raz, like you said, and he is a very, very popular pick of like a guy moving up. Is he a guy?
He looks a little Andres Petey, though.
Is he a guy that the Saints could pick at 19, or if they trade down into 28 and need a is he a guy that is a potential pick for the Saints? Not at 49, maybe higher.
I don't think he goes in the first round. But I would be surprised to see him go this far. I'd be surprised. But like this makes no sense. Like, why did you just take 2 tackles? Why?
Explain yourself, Held.
Again, the way I looked at it was the positions of need that needed the most help were tight end and wide receiver.
So you took 2 tackles.
So no. I mean tackle and wide receiver. Sorry.
Jesus.
Tackle and wide receiver. So I said we need depth at tackle. We need depth at wide receiver. If there's a quarterback that fell into the thing that I thought would have worked as a 1-year project, you can stash that guy away or whatever. But yeah.
In the least shocking development of all time, I hate this draft.
You can Saints Diehard says you can only start 5 linemen. Kevin, are you aware of this?
Yeah.
You could go tackle eligible. You could have Abraham Lincoln. He could be the new Zach Strief from 2006. He could just be tackle eligible. Here's the thing, though. Hurst, he ain't playing 16 games.
Correct.
Ramczyk probably isn't.
Correct.
Pete probably isn't. So you knock it. But I mean,
yeah, no, I like it. It's not a sexy. It's not. They're not sexy.
I mean, you fixed your offensive line. You feel good, and here's the thing.
I hope that running back Breece is still there at 53.
I don't hate it. I hate the receiver pick because I hate tiny receivers. But I don't know. I don't hate it.
Kevin's taking a beating in the Discord.
He's taking a beating in the Discord.
Look, here are your tackles.
This draft is garbage.
Here are your tackles.
Who
on
approved
the
this Kevin draft?
No. Here are your tackles on the Saints right now. James Hurst, Ethan Greenidge, Ryan Ramczyk, Landon Young, and Gerald Hawkins. Real bunch of world beaters there,
That is-
everybody.
He's got you
Ramczyk
there.
is
Real
all pro.
bunch of world beaters.
Ramczyk is all pro.
Ramczyk,
That's
the
one guy.
The rest of them.
Is he gonna guard? Is he gonna guard two people at once? Is he gonna split himself into two like he's freaking multiple man?
Are you about to take another tackle with this next pick?
I hope so.
I will neither confirm nor deny those allegations.
Can you just prepare me now so I can log off if that's what you're about to do?
He's trading down to get 2 fourth-round picks,
All right.
which he's going to use on tackles.
Draft a center,
I will
Kevin.
answer your
Do it.
question. I will answer
What's
your
available?
question.
All right, let's show him
No
the
tackles.
53.
Okay, both
No
running backs are
tackles.
gone. We saw that coming.
All right,
No
Kirby
offensive line,
Joseph,
though.
the safety, is still there. Carson Strong, the quarterback,
Oh,
out of
man.
Nevada, I believe.
Yeah. I
Trey
like that.
McBride, tight end, and Jalen Tolbert, wide receiver.
I mean,
Carson
Trey McBride
Strong, he's
No,
got
stop.
a worse leg than me.
is. It
His
doesn't
leg
matter.
has got like
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
9,000
matter.
volts
He's
in a
This is
rod.
good value. This is good value.
wait. Trey McBride, isn't he like the top-rated tight end in the draft?
He
right
is.
now? I mean, that's who I would
I
go with,
mean-
huh?
By the way, Lewis Kine has the highest RAS of all safeties at 9.92.
Yeah, we should have taken him.
You blew it,
Tolbert.
Kevin.
I think he caught a touchdown against LSU. Is he from
Who
Kansas? Is
didn't?
that Kansas State?
Who
I reckon.
freaking didn't?
I mean, the one good thing about this draft so far is it's all offense,
It is.
Yeah.
and if we take Trey McBride, it's more offense.
Is Trey McBride like? How is he? Like the tight ends suck this year.
Trey McBride's good. He's probably the best tight end in the draft.
Mm,
I wouldn't hate this pick.
I don't know. I feel
take-
like they need
I'd
a
take Trey
safety. I
McBride.
know Kevin says he's not. So I don't know. Kev,
I
what do we
would
got?
I would personally take Carson Strong here.
Well,
Dave?
I know Kevin's not going to
Trey
listen to me.
McBride.
So.
You Carson Strong?
Yeah, I like Carson Strong.
Really?
Butteridge says Abraham Lucas. That does sound like a doctor's name. Maybe Kevin could date him.
Violin, cue the violin.
Actually, we ought to be playing that for Juge after his feelings on this draft.
That's right.
All right, Tomas, give it to him.
What do you mean? What, Tomas? It's Roger Goodell. With the 53rd pick in the 2022
Polish
NFL
Roger Goodell.
Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Trey McBride, tight end from Colorado State.
Very good.
No, I don't hate this
one.
Salami this
Producer.
week. It's good work.
I don't
by
hate
you.
this one because this brings us closer to Adam Troutman never seeing the field again.
Right.
The big fish.
What's the difference between this guy and Adam Troutman, though? That's my question.
He's
Like,
Guy didn't
Talent,
blow us the fucking
talent.
game. Sorry,
He
didn't
can
blow
catch
us
a
the
pass.
freaking game.
Not yet. Yeah.
Hey, I'll take not yet for
he
confirmed.
played for a college football team that actually had real opponents.
Yeah, that's true. I like these highlights, though. It's good.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how things have gone.
I mean, he's filling needs. I'll give you that. Here's my question, though. Do you feel like you've done enough at receiver so far, Kevin? Because that Sky Moore pick is a little dicey.
I would have
Yeah,
rather him take a safety for Sky Moore. Honestly, if I had my druthers, we still wouldn't even have a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think the thing that when I was looking at my options at 28 and I was weighing about Sky Moore because they had they have all the players listed by how they have them all ranked on like a master big board or whatever, and they had Sky Moore near the top of it. And so I did see that he was like 5'9", and I thought, man, that was the thing that was giving me pause. But I went with him and said, look, you make that guy you put him in the slot, and I figure that could be something. So that's why I went with him.
You know, I gotta
McBride
say,
had
I'm surprised
1,200 yards
so
or
far. Kevin's draft, I would have assumed by now that I would give it an F. But I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised. It gets a D-. for me.
Damn.
I mean,
D.
here's the thing, though. You say that, Andrew, but if one of the tackles is really good, and either Moore or McBride ends up being an above-average player at their position, isn't this draft a home run? Like, you fixed tackle, and you either fixed receiver or tight end. Like, that's a good draft, I would think.
If one of the tackles is good, I'm gonna think, I wish they had only taken that one and not the other one.
That's a good point.
You hate double dipping, though. Like, tell the people you despise.
I don't. I hate it at 19 and 49. Like, take a tackle at 92 or 120 and double dip there. Fine.
Fair.
Like,
Fair
I will
point.
tell you this: if the Saints pick the same position at 16 and 19, I will lose my freaking mind.
So if they picked like two, if they took Jamison Williams and
Two receivers.
Olave,
I'd hate
you'd
it.
flip your shit.
Hamilton and
hate it.
Kine, 16-19. Let's go.
Mina Kynes.
All right, let's
Do you
get
think
to
Mina Kimes? Do you think Mina Kimes loves Lewis Kine?
Probably does.
Depends on if
So
Seahawks
92
draft him.
is Smoke Monday still available? What's going on? Where's he at?
Did not
No.
see Smoke Monday. We have quarterback
No.
Bailey Zapp,
No.
Oh my
center
God.
Donovan West.
Is that a real name?
Yes, that is a real name.
Kevin made those up.
Halfback Damian Pierce.
Yeah.
And wide
Running
receiver
back.
Romeo Doubs.
God. Right.
Zap's
back.
potato jokes write
Yeah.
themselves.
We
Damian
need.
So
Hey,
I like that idea.
listen. We're gonna have a Kamara suspension looming here.
You keep saying that. You don't know.
Dwayne
You don't,
Washington isn't gonna fix this.
okay, you keep saying Kamara suspension. When did Deontay Harris get suspended last season?
Late in the year.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Kamara? This might not-
So are you saying you want him like suspended during the tail end of the playoff run here?
I don't know.
Is
when
that
I
the
want him
point
to-
you're making?
No, the point I'm making is I still agree with you. I want Damian Pierce, but
So why are you arguing with me?
because I'm not arguing with you and your overall point. I'm just arguing with the specific minutia that I don't know if Kamara, the Saints are going to be starting the season with Kamara.
Budrich says Zap has a
Suspended.
baby arm. Here's the thing, though.
All right, stop.
Bailey
stop,
Zapp
stop even
and the
putting
Zap's
quarterbacks
potato
up.
chip commercial. I want it. That should be.
Ooh, that's a good point. Zap's jokes would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, you just like that's you got to pick Bailey Zapp. Like that's the pick.
No. Stop it,
Yeah.
Ralph. Don't encourage
I
this.
feel like Ralph is saying this because that's the pick, and Kevin made this pick.
As we already know, Ralph knows the picks.
No,
Ralph already
he
forgot
knows-
all the picks, man.
I
It's gotta be
forgot the
Damian
picks.
Pierce.
I don't think he
This
made.
pick's
I don't
gotta
think
be
it was.
Damian
I think I sent him a note that said it was that made this draft an F. Like Bailey Zapp, he should be pick. He should have been pick 49. Is what it should have.
By the way,
Although-
Romeo Doubs, the receiver from Nevada, he wasn't invited to the combine, so he has no vertical, no broad, no 40-yard dash,
Making
no
it rain.
no composite score. So
Thank you,
he
Frosty
He has
Iceberg.
no Ross. He has no
Been
Raz.
Describing.
Wait, what do you mean he has no Raz?
He has no Raz. He didn't.
He didn't go to the
combine. We
combine.
don't
They
have
didn't
score-
invite him
we
to
don't have
combine, so they
scores for
couldn't
him.
score it.
I hate this draft.
Damian Pierce.
We're about. If you don't pick Pierce here, we're going to an F. Here comes the F. You're picking Bailey Zapp. I know it. I know it. You're gonna take him, the quarterback.
Polish commissioner, please step to the podium.
With the 92nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft,
I have
the
to
New
mute
Orleans
this.
Saints select Romeo Doubs, wide receiver
Elmo fire
from the
emoji.
University of Nevada.
Oh, look at that.
God.
It's Doubs,
Yes.
guys. Doubs, not Doubs.
Dubs.
Yeah, Dubs, because that's
Yeah,
all
he-
he's going to be getting
He
you.
went Dubs at
Dubs.
receiver. So you double down at tackle, you double down at receiver.
Hey, he looks good, man.
And you managed to get 2 bad ones.
Wait,
if you add their Razes together, Andrew, it might equal a 9.
Wait, where did Carson Strong play?
Nevada, didn't he?
Oh, this is Carson Strong throwing him passes?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this guy sucks because Carson Strong is awesome and he's just making this guy look good.
Exactly. Look at this dime by Carson Strong, by the way.
Yeah.
Wait, can we go back and draft Carson
He went
Strong?
up and got it.
Yeah,
He went up and got it.
These highlights are awesome. We should draft the quarterback.
Romeo, all I do is dubs.
God, this draft sucks.
Jason Champagne says no Raz. He's destined to be a Falcon.
Kevin went all offense. We have 1 pick left at 120, and Kevin has selected.
He's got no rev. We don't even know how
5 players. 5 players so far, all offensive players.
We don't even know how bendy Romeo Dubs is.
Yeah, there's no bend quotient.
Yeah, no idea. Just picking guys out of the blue.
This draft feels very 2003 Jim Haslett-y.
Kevin Healthy.
So 2008.
All right,
Kevin.
Let's end the misery. Let's go to 120.
Let's get to round 4, pick 120. We've got
all quarterbacks.
Double dipping.
Defensive tackle Noah Ellis. Defensive tackle Neil Farrell Jr. Cornerback Josh Jobe, and guard Lecitus Smith.
Well, he's the only offensive player, so we got to go.
Neil Farrell, the tackle from LSU, the defensive tackle from LSU. He has, I think, the worst RAS score of the entire draft.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
So
Go
it would
Tigers.
not surprise me at all
Go
if
Tigers.
this this draft would end with him. It would just be the cherry on top, honestly. How horrendous Kevin is.
I feel like Kevin probably just wanted to go for the straight all offensive draft.
You know, Kevin, I've seen some real terrible mocks in this channel that we have on Discord that you've put together. This one might be the worst. This one might be the worst.
Is today the worst day of your life?
This is for you, Andrew.
Sick.
For you.
Absolutely friggin'
sick.
Kevin, here's my question to you.
I'm going with Lascivious Smith.
No,
I mean Lasidius. Cletus.
He's going the LSU guy. I already know.
He's going all offense.
He's going biblical. He's going Job.
Yeah.
What's his RAS score?
Dude, you want to make a final pick?
Go with Ellis.
I'll go with the Alabama corner.
Oh, Alabama.
Tomas, ring it up. You're commissioner.
Tomas. With the 120th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Neil Farrell Jr., defensive tackle from LSU.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
I mean, even Kevin, he would be the kind of guy that would take the one LSU player that is the most sickening selection.
Right.
It's really a gift.
Here's the thing.
You want to know what his RAS score is? You want me to tell you guys his RAS score?
What is
0.85.
Jesus.
Oh, he's Bluto Blutarski.
He is below 1 RAS.
Oh my god.
Despite having great size.
Don't you get like 1 RAS for signing your name on the test?
Dude, listen to this. He's 6'4", 330, so he has elite size, and yet his bench press is pathetic. He has no strength. His vertical is like 1 percentile. His 40-yard dash is 5.41. I could beat him in a race currently.
I'm getting.
I think Ralph would beat him in a 40-yard dash.
I'm getting major Al Woods vibes from this.
Sick. Al Woods would be an upgrade. Yeah.
You want to show? Do you want?
I am very rarely profane on this show.
Right.
Fuck this draft.
Kevin, if you were purposely trying to piss off Juge more, would you have done anything different?
No, and I wasn't.
Oh God. I'm gonna.
Tomas, hang on.
Thomas,
do you
I'm gonna
do you
need
have
you to
the
clip
full?
that, Thomas.
Do you
I
have
do,
the
I do.
full, the
Yeah.
final? Do you have the last two picks as well?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ralph just blocked Neil Farrell.
No, so we wound up getting Noah Ellis anyway. Well, that's good, I guess. And then we drafted a
Is
linebacker,
it, though?
Nefi Sewell. Thomas, I'm going to need you to save that F this draft for next week. I got a feeling we might need that. We might be
So
Suddenly,
Kevin
using
got
that
a
this
B
week's
plus.
draft looks good, right, Andrew?
PFF gave Kevin a B+ for this draft.
Yeah,
The
but I've seen
algorithm
him,
is broken.
well, I've
in
seen
PFF.
him when he's traded down like 80 times and he's got like 12 picks and all in like the 6th round to give him an A.
Look, I thought I reconsidered. Tomas gave me an option a few times to potentially change this. He said, if you want to change it, you can. I said no. This was the one. I'm at one and done. We're not going to do a redo
I just
on
saw
it.
the picks, man. I saw the picks, and I knew, Andrew's reaction.
think you know, but you don't know, and you never
Well,
will.
good job, Kevin. And by good,
I
I
love this
mean
draft.
bad.
Terrible. Yeah.
It was a Mona Lisa, Kevin.
I
loved it.
If
Thomas,
the Mona
next
Lisa
week-
was painted by Ralph's bad hand.
Thomas, next week we need RAS scores.
It's it's when the lady had to do the fresco.
Jesus.
She went to touch it up.
Kevin's back.
And it was all bushy.
Jesus.
I don't even have a joke.
That was me. Wait, no, that was Andrew.
That was... What? Damn, Dave. What the hell?
God.
All
Oh.
right, what's
Well-
next? What's
So-
next?
Well, I guess the Saints are winning 4 games next
Four
season.
So
By the way, are we gonna
Next-
start? Are we gonna call this the Breakers Happy Hour podcast?
the Breakers 1-0.
I think we're gonna call this the worst draft ever podcast.
Breakers have the greatest mascot ever, Dave the Wave. You gotta love that.
Is that true? Dave
Yeah.
the Wave?
Yeah, they named
Dave
him
the
Dave
Wave.
the Wave.
Wow.
Why
Are
is
you
that
their
quality so
mascot? Is
terrible? It
you?
does not sound
Is
like
it
that
just
on my
Dave
phone.
Cariello running around on the field saying "Go Breakers."
Yeah, it's just me.
So
You guys didn't notice though that the USFL it's all on the same field in Birmingham.
Yeah,
It
UAB.
is.
There's zero fans there.
there was a
Zero.
ton of fans Saturday. There were no fans
Oh.
on Easter Sunday. Like literally none.
Well, I mean, like who's
What's
like,
the-
hey guys, let's go to a USFL game for Easter.
Well, what's the point in having a New Orleans team or all these cities if you're
Well,
all
because
Well,
I
you
think
gotta
they-
have
Birmingham?
team names and
I mean, I
you
think
know.
they're just trying to cut down on travel costs
you
to
kind of shut
Get
down
the
on
league-
travel and you.
get the league
Yeah.
off the ground. I think
I
they-
watched the quarter and a half of the Breakers game, and if it wouldn't have been the New Orleans Breakers, I wouldn't have watched it. But I watched it. Their
Right.
defense is stout.
All I gotta say is that quarterback play was sickening.
It was bad.
it's tough to watch.
So now we got to get to trivia. I
Trivia.
guess Dave next week. Dave, if you want to, you can run. You can have your own draft.
Well, no, we can do what we think the Saints will do. I mean,
I mean,
No, I like-
you can't do any worse than Kevin, Dave. So at this point, I welcome Dave's drafting.
Dave,
That's
we'll
how
have a
low-
we'll have
we
a
have
side
sunk
meeting.
so low that I'm just like, whatever Dave picks at this point, like, can it be any worse than what we?
I
put
want
out
him.
there?
I want Andrew to be more irate next week. Dave, we'll have a side conversation. We'll plan it up to drive Andrew to drink more. Maybe he would turn to
I bet-
illegal drugs.
I bet I could come up with a draft that would make Andrew's pants get tighter. Oh, Ralph's pants
Well,
just
if
got
only-
tighter.
If only Thomas would put the RAD scores up, then yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of tight pants, Thomas, what's the trivia for this week?
Trivia draft related by Budrich the Legend, as always.
The question is, how many and who won Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Saints?
Kamara was one.
Kamara won.
Kamara.
The same year Marshawn Lattimore won.
George Rogers, I believe.
George Rogers. Ruben Mays.
Ruben Mays, yep.
That's 3.
Sure did. All
That's
running
4.
backs.
Well, running back was the most drafted position.
Muncie? Did Muncie? Ralph?
I don't know. Did Archie win Rookie of the Year?
I don't think so.
It's at least 3, but I can't.
Wait, I thought you guys counted 4. I thought it was Kamara.
Kamara, Rogers, and
Ruben Mays.
Ruben Mays won, yeah.
Y'all said
3.
somebody else. Shoot, okay.
No.
I'll go with 3. I think that's right.
Yeah, I think 3. I don't think Muncie. I don't think anybody in the 70s won because they were so terrible.
Yeah. Well, let's go with that. Final answer. 3.
Yeah, 3.
Rogers, Mays, and Kamara. Dude, we are good at this shit.
We are good at this.
We
Yeah,
nailed
we
it.
are 3 out of 3 in the draft-related questions.
right.
Damn.
All
Damn.
running backs, too. Hey, Kevin, does this not justify drafting a running back?
No.
Look at that.
No, that was a
history.
different era.
No.
Alvin
different
Kamara
eras.
was a different era.
Different eras.
Alvin
Kevin,
Kamara was
you
a
should have
different
picked
era.
a running back with no legs instead of the guy from LSU. I'm just saying.
Ralph, I can't believe we nailed that. That was epic.
I can't. I'm surprised. I'm surprised nobody in the 70s won. Like Muncie.
But dude, we just nailed this.
Yeah.
You're not going to take a victory lap on this?
No.
That was incredible. We pulled that off.
At least we
Dave, you're not impressed that we nailed that?
I feel because we forgot about Mark Ingram winning the Heisman. I feel like that's so shameful that no matter what we do,
that set us back.
wins.
I
I'll
didn't
never
forget
get
that.
over
I
it.
wasn't on the show when that happened.
That's
Right,
true.
you weren't.
You were in the Bahamas drunk.
You also weren't on the show.
I would have slapped all of you.
I think you also weren't on the show when we thought Sean Payton was coaching the team in 2012.
Oh my god.
Thomas, we got to get to.
Thomas, you were impressed, right? That
questions.
me and Ralph got that correct?
Yeah, I guess.
Not bad, right?
It was kind of an easy one. I don't know.
Let's see next week if you do.
I don't think I would have gotten Ruben Mays without Ralph. I wouldn't have remembered
Ruben
that.
Mays is a long time ago. 1986 is a long freaking time ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
a good
Thomas,
tag team.
We got to go. We got to get to questions.
Finger gun time.
Finger gun. What's worse, Kevin's finger guns or his draft? All right, Thomas.
Next question.
Okay, so we only had 3 questions.
All right, good.
Unfortunate. Good.
No, I'm just kidding. People do your jobs. Send in questions in the off season. Come on. We don't take a week off. You people can't take a week off either.
Maybe we'll take some from the Twitch chat right now.
The Twitch chat.
First question from Discord though, from Badrich.
Who else?
Do you prefer the current 3-day draft weekend or the old 2-day draft weekend?
I like the new one.
Yeah, I like the new one.
Yeah, I
love the prime time.
Yeah. I just would. The thing is, I wish they would make it less time. Like cut it down to 7
I agree.
minutes.
I
Like,
agree.
Make it, or
Yeah.
you know what? Make it even more TV friendly. Make the first round 5 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
I'm with you. Yeah.
So
you've had months to figure this out. So like, when it's your pick, turn it in.
And it increases the chance for an incompetent team to have something go horribly, horribly wrong with a 5-minute clock.
Who was that? Was that Minnesota? Was it
Yeah.
Minnesota? That yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
So
that was
it's a win all around. You get a faster draft and you get a chance. You increase the chance for incompetence. 5-minute clock. That's the only thing. I love that the Thursday Friday is great, but 5-minute clock. That's my only. So
who was the GM that did that? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Was it Spielman?
It might have been. He's been there. He was there for a long time for Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the Discord, look that up.
Next question.
Okay, we'll take a question from the Twitch chat now, from Jason Champagne. He asks, what was worse, the Saints 1997 draft or Kevin's mock tonight?
Ooh, let's pull up the
Who'd they draft in 97?
Pull it
I'm
up.
not familiar
Pull
with
it up.
1997 Saints draft.
It's
pretty
going to have to
bad.
be real bad to trump Kevin.
I mean,
It's going to have to be horrific. It was Von Dunbar in that draft class?
did he say 1997?
Oh, look at that. Kevin also just uploaded a new mock draft.
Chris
to the
Naioli
Discord.
picked 10. They traded
Yeah,
down.
Naioli was okay. He was okay.
Now, Rob Kelly
Ooh.
pick 33.
Rob Kelly was bad.
Jared Tomich pick 39
Awful.
when they
was-
traded down from 2 to 10.
Jared Tomich was awful.
Troy Davis,
Sucked.
Danny Werfel.
Ooh.
That's worse. Come on, that's worse.
worse.
Don't
It's
bullshit.
worse.
That's
That's
pick
worse.
99. Pick round 4. Pick 116. Keith Poole.
Keith Poole was good. Keith Poole was good.
And then who was the guy that Kevin just picked from LSU?
Neil
Al
Farrell.
Woods, Al Woods the fifth.
Neil Farrell. This was the Neil Farrell of his day. Nicky Savoy from LSU.
Nicky Savoy was bad. He was David LaFleur's backup tight end at LSU, and
Yeah. I mean
I remember. I mean, as an LSU fan, I remember when the Saints took Savoy. I was like,
draft.
"What? Why? Why did they take him?"
Nicky
He's not good.
Nicky Savoy walked, so Neil, whatever his face could run.
Farrell Jr.
I mean,
Yeah.
This
Farrell.
draft is bad.
it-
You know,
I
but I
think
will say Keith
I
Poole
think
caught passes. Remember, Keith Poole did the sheep hop touchdown celebration. Remember that?
that's right.
And Naoli was not a Pro Bowler, but he was like a multi-year starter.
I
so
think Kevin's draft is better.
I think it's worse.
No.
Damn.
I think you can go to hell, dude.
All Kevin has to do is get 2 players that are above average NFL starters, and
I don't
defeats
think
the
he
97.
think he did that. I don't think he did that.
I think he did.
If
Because
Trey McBride winds up being the number one,
He won't.
I think all he needs to
either
do
one of
is
those tackles
one of the
ends up-
tackles and Trey McBride, and he's there. Like that 97 draft is bad. Like
It's real bad. Yeah.
if I think you could have just had my 6-year-old son just pick names out of a fucking hat for the 1997.
Thank you,
draft.
and Nelson 97. Yes, leapfrog. The leapfrog
Leapfrog.
celebration. That's what I was talking about.
Keith Poole also got tracked down by the La Crosse, Wisconsin police late one night during training camp
He did.
when he tried to run away.
Keith Poole was a likable player on the Saints.
He was.
Yeah.
All he did was catch bombs.
I think one year he had an average reception like over 22 yards.
Yeah.
Let's look up Keith Poole's stats.
You look up Keith. So while Andrew's looking up Keith Poole's stats, Thomas,
He was kind of a beast, like a deep ball guy.
he'd be the second. He'd have been the Saints' best receiver in
All right,
2021.
Keith Poole. Listen to this. In 1998, Keith Poole had 24 receptions for 509 yards at 21.2 yards per catch. Then the next year, in 1999, 42 catches, 796 yards, 19 yards per catch, 6 touchdowns.
Ooh.
He was a baller.
Here's the thing I never understood with Ditka's fascination with Keith Poole is how could he love Keith Poole so much, but not draft Jake Plummer? That's the only thing. Like I never understood.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Thomas.
Next question.
Next question from LD from last week. If Dave gets his wish to claim Smoke Monday as his UDFA son, what are the chances the league suspends him after hanging out with Josh Gordon?
100%.
No. Well, I don't know, but his name's Smoke Monday, so as long as the league doesn't test on Tuesday, we're good to go.
Do you think, Dave, if the Saints draft Smoke Monday, will you be more excited than Kevin would be if the Saints traded down?
I'm gonna call Andrew's phone and leave a voice message. They got Smoke Monday. The Saints got Smoke Monday.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Just text me before you call and let me know you're going to do that.
Yeah,
so
well,
that
I
I
don't want you
cannot
to
answer.
Well, yeah, I got to leave the voicemail so you can.
Because if you call me, I answer typically. Like
Oh,
I'm like, a call from Dave Cariello. I'm
I got to pick up.
You must be talking about rum. You must be gonna give me a rum suggestion.
So, thanks for the questions, but pick it up next week, guys. We got
one more question.
Do our
One
draft.
more question, Ralph.
Go ahead.
Ooh, at the buzzer.
One more question.
Like Jason Tatum at the buzzer.
From Biloxi Blues. Man, this is a long question. Come on.
Read it word for word.
Okay,
Come on,
three
Thomas,
round
you got
one
this.
scenarios. Which one is your preferred outcome regardless of players selected? Option 1. Saints stay pat in first round, get 2 players. Option 2. Oh, Kevin's
Take
gonna
that
hate
one.
that.
I'll take that one.
Saints trade up, get 1 player in first round. Option 3. Saints trade down, get 1 player in first round, but additional players in other rounds.
Option 3 for me.
You went full Kevin there.
Yep.
I
Me and Kevin
mean,
are 3.
if you're trading,
full Kevin would be trading them both down. Technically.
if you're trading a first round pick, if you're trading say 19 and you're not getting a first round pick, you better be getting 2
The whole
picks.
second round.
No, you better be getting 2 second round picks and a 2023 first.
The machine won't let you do that.
I think Kevin in a perfect world would trade the entire Saints draft, every pick, for picks 1 through 32 in the second round. Or a third round.
And then he would pick 32 guys and their combined RAS score would be 7.
Damn.
Yeah, my preference would be to pick at 16 and 19. I do not want to trade up. I would prefer to stay put. If you're going to trade up, don't give up us first. So in other words, like if you want to package 98 and 16 and move up like to 14 or something to get your guy, that's fine. But I want to pick twice in the first round.
I would love one of the quarterbacks to fall, or both of them, and a team like Detroit or whoever to go up and get Malik Willis at 16 or Pickett, and the Saints get from Detroit, get like 32 and 34, and then you pick at 19, 32, 34, and 49, and you get 4 top 50 players. Like that, to me, would be the dream scenario. But of course, we know that.
I hear that. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
That feels like something Kevin would love.
Yeah.
Right, Kevin? Did it move? Did it move?
No,
as Ralph described that scenario, did it do anything?
Well, I was
for you?
I'm mock drafting currently, and I'm trying to.
He's
running
he's
more
distracted.
Your problems with aggression.
Kevin is so
he's
addicted.
like
He's so
yeah.
obsessed that he can't even follow a conversation. He can't even interact with his own friends.
He can't
He's
even
like-
give us a Kevin Love update. Kevin,
He-
give us
no,
a
he
Kevin
can't
Love
even do.
There
a
is
Kevin
no
Love.
love update.
The
I'll
love
tell you
update
what
is
Kevin's
right.
love
You're
update
too
is.
down.
Kevin's
Because you're
love
too busy
update
doing mock
is the
drafts
mock
in the
draft.
dark in your house.
Yeah.
He has developed an emotional attachment to mock drafts. That's the love
Yes.
update.
By the way, starting in February next year, Kevin, we're expecting you to start this draft research next year.
Sooner.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
February.
This is
Yes.
the most football research Kevin has ever done for this show. the history
In
of
at
the
least
show.
4 years.
And it-
Probably 5. Actually,
And that
yeah,
was just
probably
to
ever.
look up Adrian Peterson's penal
rap
record.
sheet.
Yeah,
You just wanted to say the word penal.
I do like
Speak-
to say the word penal. It's a good word.
Speaking of preparation, Thomas, do we have a clip of the week?
We do.
Oh,
We
the
actually
sorcery.
had. We
Oh, the
actually
week.
had more clips last week than questions.
Wow.
For the first time, I think.
Just play all the clips then.
I'm
Clip
disappointed in all
by
of you. Send more
clip by
questions.
Budrich, and called "Is Kevin Okay?" and Ralph hates Jameis.
Louisville?
Ooh, Louisville.
Okay.
Here's
Jesus, how did I know that?
You know everything, man. You're
here's,
Rain Man.
here's the question I forgot to
Hey,
ask.
hey, Ralph, we just got a text, by the way, from our good friend of the show, Raymond Parch, who is a Lafayette radio personality. He always has us on his show. Great dude, love him. He says, I know Ralph did something wrong in the last 24 hours. When I get texts from 3 different people asking, why does Ralph hate Jameis?
Oh my God. Stop.
Why do you hate Jameis?
I don't hate Jameis. I just
What's your problem?
I just would like the Saints to have a quarterback option in case Jameis continues to be Jameis. And and listen, no NFL team made Jameis their number 1 option at quarterback this offseason.
Ralph had a really tough time talking himself out of that. You notice that?
Yeah.
I was really going to town on that ice cream.
Yeah,
I also really appreciated that I criticized Ralph and Dave. You jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I appreciate
hate-
that.
Yeah,
you had for once in your life, Dave. You had my back.
Well, it's when it's against Ralph. I mean, come on.
Gang up on the cripple. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. He can't fight back.
Slow hanging fruit.
I had an emotional breakdown over Dave's reaction because he leans into the camera with the ice cream and just says whatever with like his big eyes, and I just immediately like snapped.
I was like eating the ice cream, but I was really focused on
Dave
making
is
fun of Ralph.
freeze framed literally.
Yeah,
That's when Dave went full Tom Benson diet.
I'm still. Hey, Gail, I know you're listening. I know you're listening. I will watch whatever Judy Garland movies you want me to watch. I've already got the ice cream. I already got the booze.
She likes Judy
Everyone
Garland
has a hard
movies.
time listening to Dave.
I know where you live. Just
Thank you,
tell
Sean.
the guard at the gate at Audubon. Let me in.
What?
How does Aaron feel about this?
Yeah.
I think I don't know if Erin comes out of this with a bunch of money. I think she's probably okay with it.
Yeah. They've got a request. Thomas, make the Dave eating the ice cream. That's a new emoji. Make it happen in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get if you're in Discord and you're a patron. You can request emojis, and Thomas will make them.
This week I was just eating Reese's Pieces, which, by the way, might be one of my favorite candies of all time. And I was also finishing off a Nerd Rope from Nerds.
Oh, you
Nerd
were
Rope.
finishing something off. That's
You were doing what?
Finishing it off. Well, I had started it
finishing
yesterday.
off some
on
rope.
Easter. It's just chewing down
All right.
some
Hey,
long rope.
before we leave, I want to ask the question. We can go around the horn here if you guys want. Not
boy.
necessarily like what one
is gonna be
player
good.
do you want to leave this draft with, or not even which position you want to leave this draft with. But if I promised you that the Saints would get a Pro Bowl player, can't be a quarterback, So you can't. Quarterback's an obvious answer because you just say, like, give me Malik Willis. If he's Pro Bowl, obviously you take him. But if I told you right now at 16, the Saints take a Pro Bowl player in year 1, what position does he play?
I don't know.
Kicker.
Tight end.
Kicker.
Tight end.
You go tight end. Well, I don't hate that, actually.
I think I'm with Kevin, actually. That's good. I wasn't thinking that.
I do not hate that answer.
I don't say wide receiver. I don't say wide receiver because I feel like it's possible. Assuming Michael Thomas comes back, like, we're pretty good there.
If you get a Pro Bowl receiver, it means like Michael Thomas is your number 2, right?
Yeah,
either. But it could also mean that the Saints were terrible and they had a bunch of garbage yards.
Right.
And
I'm tempted to say quarterback, but
no, you can't.
Ralph,
offensive tackle, Kevin.
Oh, he said not quarterback.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say, give me defensive tackle.
I like that answer.
Give me Jordan Davis, and
because he's probably getting 10 sacks.
Yeah, if he's making the Pro Bowl, like, the Saints defense is probably
That's a
ridiculous.
good answer. I think I like that answer better than Kevin's, and I liked both. But I
was tempted to go Hamilton, because if he makes the Pro Bowl as a rookie, that means he might have had, like, ridiculous amount of interceptions,
like 8 picks. Yeah.
I like tight end, but freaking if you there's no tight there. Well, I guess the Saints could just pick McBride. Everybody could laugh at them, and then he would go for 1,100 yards, and then people wouldn't laugh so much.
Yeah, that would be fun. But I feel like defensive tackle is a good one because then he basically went Aaron Donald his rookie year.
Right.
Yeah.
Jason Champagne says Jordan Davis won't pass the conditioning test. He's the next Walter Thomas. Didn't Walter Thomas, couldn't he do a backflip at like 350 pounds?
I think Walter Thomas was awesome at the conditioning test, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
It was when he actually
had the fact that he lacked any football skill.
Yeah, it was when he actually had to have reps.
No, I thought it was football cardio, like just actually out there he was getting gassed.
Yeah, maybe so. You might be right.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Support the show. Make our dreams come true. We can buy cameras. I could stop sounding like I'm at the bottom of a swimming pool. Support the freaking show. Become a patron.
Hey, Ralph, I'm glad to see Dwayne Washington as a
I got
fathead on your.
I got Neil Farage, fathead Kevin. 0 Raz. I'm ready.
Did you just say Farish?
I said Farage. Ferris?
Farage?
Farage?
Is Farage is cold?
Farrell.
If his Raz was above a 1, I would get his name right. How about that?
I don't think you would.
Probably not. So, but support the freaking show, people. We need the help. We need to keep this going. And you get a podcast every day. And by the way, starting this week and into next week, the draft stuff we're going to do is going to be amazing. Just support the freaking show. We need it. So, thanks everybody. For Dave, for Andrew, for Kevin doing his mock draft that I thought was amazing because it made Andrew's head explode. For Thomas running the show back in Poland, doing an amazing job. He was on point tonight. Perfect show, Thomas. Extra salami for you this week. So, guys, remember, don't shoot your dick off. And until next week, the bar is closed.